Hello there. This is An Architect Goes to Law School. Today in Legislation and Regulation class, we'll be talking about internships and the architect registration examination. Unlike in many other employment situations, in the architecture world, an internship is usually a paid position. Internships can be held during college or post-graduation. Architecture professionals who want to get licensed are required by many states' licensing boards to undertake the internship period in order to learn the profession. We will primarily use the terms intern and internship when referring to people not yet or not intending to be licensed as architects who are working in a professional architectural environment. Other job titles for an intern include architectural intern, associate architect, draftsman, and drafter. As previously covered in the Licensing Acts video, it's important to know whether your state allows the use of different forms of the word architect in a job title for someone who's not yet licensed. The second major component to architectural licensure, complementing the college degree, is the Architectural Experience Program, AXP. This professional program is overseen by the National Council of Architectural Registration Boards, NCARB. In addition to administering the AXP for people working their way towards licensure, NCARB works with the various state boards in developing the Architect Registration Examination, ARE, used by all U.S. states and territories. The AXP requires that participants spend time working on tasks in the following areas: practice management, project management, programming and analysis, project planning and design, project development and documentation, and construction and evaluation. Per AXP guidelines, each of these experience areas has a set of learning goals. These goals are aimed at ensuring participants' competency in the workplace, preparing them for the ARE, and the licensed practice of architecture. As a best practice, an AXP participant should actively keep track of their progress, regularly submitting reports to NCARB for NCARB's keeping of the participant's official record. This requires the signature of the participant's supervisory architect. Get those signatures in a timely manner because your supervisor will be busy working and because AXP requires time to be submitted within 2 months of completing the work in the immediately preceding 6-month period. Per NCARB guidelines, experience reported after the 6-month period is accepted at 50% credit. AXP experience can also be lost if not reported within 5 years of having been earned, extending the process. An AXP participant should also keep track of their tasks in order to plan their future progress. In the workplace, bosses and architect supervisors may be unaware of an AXP participant's personal goal of completing the program. This could lead to delaying or missing out on undertaking of some of the experience areas. A best practice is to respectfully ask to work on projects and office tasks that provide the necessary AXP credits. Architect Registration Examination. For the ARE, some states allow candidates to take portions of the exam before finishing the AXP. Other states require candidates to finish the AXP first. Whichever path is dictated by your state's licensing act, many states require a candidate to transmit their NCARB record to the state's licensing board and complete an exam application. Then you're ready to take the Architect Registration Examination. The current version of the ARE is 5.0, which was instituted in 2016. This version has the following 6 components, which not unintentionally are the same as those of the AXP: practice management, project management, programming and analysis, project planning and design, project development and documentation, and construction and evaluation. Questions are meant to determine whether the test taker can either understand and apply information or analyze and evaluate information. This comes directly from NCARB's website. Because I took a different version of the ARE, I can't really tell you too much about this current version. Sorry. One method of preparing for the ARE is to learn to the test. By calendaring and then taking the 6 portions of the ARE on your schedule, instead of when office projects are not taking up the majority of your time, you're giving your professional advancement the importance it deserves. Mentors, bosses, and supervisors may not be as invested in an intern's progress as the intern is. This is not to say that an intern should neglect their work obligations to the office. Simply put, Many people have put off taking the ARE because work deadlines were coming up. Finally, after having earned the necessary college degree, undertaking and earning the AXP units, and taking and passing the ARE, a candidate is qualified to become an architect. Each state has its own procedures for licensure, so it's a best practice to become familiar with the requirements as early as possible, so as to not prolong the process or miss necessary steps entirely. Feel free to comment, ask questions, and suggest topics you'd like me to discuss. Next up in Legislation and Regulation class is License Maintenance. Thank you for watching An Architect Goes to Law School.